BMRforum.com and BMRodds.com. What is going on, boys? What is going on? Welcome back to episode number 46 of The Lobby. Unfortunately, no Pipe this week. He might make a surprise appearance later on, but as of right now, unfortunately, it's just going to be me, myself, Sammy, and Donnie right side. But starting out, Sam, what's going on with the hair?
My hair is as high as my dreams and my goals for 2024 of winning all the money in the world. Or we could say they're as high as the drugs in my body.
Sam, how was your New Year's?
Pretty good. Was at the bar, was clubbing, got a good dance vibe out there, was having a good time. Left the bar at like 12:45, around midnight, around 11:55, made some Hail Mary plays. Didn't succeed, but that's all right. We had a good time. It's actually pretty funny because I went out with two friends. One of them blacked out on my couch, and the other one shit and threw up all over my bathroom. And I was pretty good. So tale of three nights between me and my two buddies, but it was a fun night. How about you?
Sounds like a great night. Well, me personally, I worked Uber all night. It was really busy. New Year's Eve in Vegas, a great night. So
good.
Made some money, and everyone was really nice, really respectful. No crazy drunk people, so it was a decent.
I'm sure you had some fireworks show in there too, right?
Decent night for sure. Yeah, actually, they had a great fireworks show at midnight. 3 or 4 properties on the strip lit off fireworks simultaneously. It was really nice. I'll see. I put it on Facebook. I'll see if I can get the video and post it on here.
There you go.
Donnie, how was your New Year's Eve?
It was good. Worked the full football slate there. Got home, took a couple edibles, and was out cold by 8:15 p.m. It was a perfect. You get like when you're younger, you go out, you have some fun, live it up. For me, I look to get to bed as soon as I can. It was awesome. I love the sleep. Got up and really enjoyed New Year's Day, so it was a good time.
Awesome. Well, let's jump right into it, Sammy. Let's jump out to that hardwood, almost as hard as that hair you got there. What do you got in the NBA for us?
Yeah, NBA's been pretty wild the last few days. Detroit Pistons, shout out to them, finally beating the Toronto Raptors, emerging from their losing streak. But how about that New York Knicks trade against with Toronto? Horrific trade. I don't understand it. Giving up RJ Barrett and Iman Quigley for a second round pick for OJ Anunoby. Yes, they did beat the Timberwolves on their first game with OG, but overall, it's such a bad trade. The guy's averaging 15 and 5. He's not averaging 25 and 10. So, and to give up a second round pick, I don't know, just a bad trade overall. As a Knicks fan, I'm not happy. With that being said, I'm going to take the Knicks tonight over the Bulls. Hey.
With that being said, Donnie, what do you got for us?
Yeah, it's an interesting trade for the Knicks there, and also understand that the free agency coming up, you're going to pay him $25, $30, $35+ million a year on top of that as well. It should be interesting to watch it play out, but I do agree with Sammy. The Bulls are a bad basketball team right now on a back-to-back. They got beat by double digits by the Sixers. Julius Randle should have a big night tonight against the Bulls. I'm going to go with a square pick to start off a side. I'll take the Milwaukee Bucks -3.5 over the Indiana Pacers, but late night, it's a nice prop here available. Los Angeles Clippers and the Phoenix Suns, tip time 9 p.m. I'm going to go Bradley Beal over 20.5 points. No Kevin Durant tonight in that basketball game expected. So therefore, the Suns should have some extra shots to get up between Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Go over 20.5 points on Bradley Beal.
All right. Well, congratulations. Good luck to both of you on that. Hopefully you guys do hit. Jeannie, big shout out to Jeannie. And Jeannie's shout out this week is going to be a guy who always is on the forum sharing his soccer picks. I know I'm going to screw this name up. WWUMeier. WWURMEIER. Any help on that, Sammy?
I don't know. Isn't it like Walter White or what would Walter White or something like that on the soccer place?
Something like that. But a big shout out to him from Jeannie. Thank you for sharing all those soccer picks here on the forum. Speaking of picks, Sammy, NFL Week 17, how was it for you? But before you tell us, let's jump to our top 5 in our NFL contest. Number 1, Tango. Number 2, To the Nines. Number 3, Health and Joy. Number 4, Heads to Rex. And number 5, Win and Win. That's rounding out our top 5 for NFL Week 17 in our Pick'em contest. Sammy, how was your Week 17, and how is the leaderboard looking in the NFL contest?
Yeah, so leaderboard overall, you almost pretty much have it locked up for Daniel SP. We've been talking about it for a few weeks now. Yep. He's got an 18-point lead. 28 points is the max in a week. So, all he's got to do is get 2 wins this week, and he should
going to be hard to beat him.
Headsturk's in there for second, tied with Subaru, 2 the 9s in fourth. So it is a battle between, 2 through 5, but Daniel SP for first. In reference to me, I'm right in the middle of the road, nothing crazy. Now, obviously, my opinion on Dallas Cowboys is very primal every week, but let's just call it what it is. The refs last week changed the whole landscape of the NFC. Dallas now has the 2 seed, assuming that they win this weekend against Washington, which means that they could have another home playoff game against Detroit if they each win their first round matchup. And those officials get a national TV game on Saturday when they get to officiate Pittsburgh against Baltimore. So it's pretty ridiculous, again, as a Cowboy fan, as just a fan of the game. You never want the refs to be involved. That's why they have so many replays and reviews. But, they got to make everything reviewable to a degree, because you can't be allowing that to happen. It just really ruins the game, especially when everything is sponsored by gambling and thrown down your fucking throat all week. Every commercial, every ad, every radio thing is gambling, and yet they allow the officials to come in like that.
Well, you have to wonder who the officials had there, Sammy.
Well, I mean, exactly. They have to be investigated, but they can't be investigated because they're working on Saturday.
Yeah. Donnie, how was your Week 17? What do you think of this whole referee thing?
Yeah, mixed bag overall, but let's get to the referee. Now, here's the problem. Have we ever heard of this before from the referees not being able to get the right uncovered guy or the guy that's going to be covered up announced to the crowd wrong? Why? Because Dan Campbell, as a coach, was trying to run subterfuge out there at the Dallas Cowboys. Here's how easy it is. Anybody who's played football or been in that predicament before, when you are a tackle eligible or you're covered up, you're running to the ref yourself, and you are yelling at him multiple times, "Here I come, uncovered, uncovered, uncovered." There's only one guy you have to deal with. If you watch the instant replays, Dan Campbell was trying to get over on the Dallas Cowboys by running 3 football players at one referee with nobody making this motion. I absolutely love that they messed the playoff because it's Dan Campbell. Look, the refs should get it right. Let's put that first. But this was a 50-50 split on who's more buffoonery going on, whether it was Dan Campbell or if it was the referees. The Dallas Cowboys probably were going to pay attention anyway to who the tackle eligible was. But at the same time, the refs even announced the wrong player to the crowd and to the Dallas defense who was eligible. Right there, if you had a problem for the Detroit Lions, you should have called timeout or got the referee's attention that they got it wrong. You know why they didn't do that? They were trying to be sneaky and got so sneaky, they tricked the referee instead of the Dallas Cowboys and ended up losing the football game for it. I loved it. Dan Campbell right there, coach of the year, right out the window because he was being a moron and got checked on that. I loved it.
Unbelievable. Well, I'm curious to see how this refereeing is going to be come the wild card games.
Yeah. Goodness.
It's going to be wild for sure. But Sammy, how was your semifinals for the bowl games?
Yeah, very exciting games.
Who'd you like? What?
Yeah, very exciting games. Obviously, the first game went to overtime, and the second game came down to a last-second 15-yard pass into the end zone. I actually had both sides on this one. I was on Michigan. I had Washington plus 4.5. So, shockingly, I won both of them in the semifinals. Moving forward or looking ahead to Monday, I do like Michigan. I don't know if I like them -5, but I also don't want to lay the money line. So I'm in that weird spot. And the over-under is too frisky to try and tease or get too cute. So I'm really just deciding if I want to go with Michigan money line or maybe find a live play or something like that. But overall, I do like Michigan to take down the national title over Washington.
All right, good luck with that, Donnie. How did you do in those games? Who do you like in this championship game?
Yeah, I was with Sammy on that. I actually didn't bet the second game between Texas and Washington, but I thought Washington was the right play there, getting the points in that one. But I started out the minute that we found out that the 1 through 4 college football playoff was in, and it was going to be Alabama and Michigan. I'm like, oh man, Alabama's going to really handle them. But as the days went by, I'm like, you know what? Michigan makes a lot of sense. And as handicappers, we know in those singular games where a lot of betting action is coming in, I was very surprised that Alabama never shifted to the favorite, which told you in the betting markets, the smart money and the big players were coming in on Michigan. So taking a look at how they handled their season, I'm like, you know what? It makes some sense here. And boy, oh boy, first 5 minutes of that game, I was like, I'm wrong. Like, Michigan is clearly not ready to play this football game. An interception overturned to start the game, a muffed punt fumble, and also a 7-0 touchdown lead here for Alabama. And even late in the game, Alabama had a 7-point lead here. But Michigan was the better football team, I thought, all night long. And if we rip it through to the next game, I'm going to take Michigan to win the national championship. And Sammy, 4.5s, 5s are there. I don't care. Michigan's winning this game by 7+ points. So I don't care what that number is, as long as it's under 7. I think Michigan wins and gets the cover.
All righty, good luck there, Donnie. And guys, this coming Saturday is going to be poker. So make sure you register for our third poker event this Saturday at 8 p.m. Hope to see plenty of you guys here at the tables. Plenty of opportunities here to win some baller coins. But Sammy, how you got anything on the tennis courts for us?
Yeah, so tennis is back finally after 34 days off. They are in Australia. Wow. We are less than 10 days or 2 weeks away, essentially, from the Australian Open. That starts 2 Sundays from now. But today I got 11 plays across 5 different tournaments between men's, women's, the United Cup.
A lot of action here, Sammy.
21 and 16 to start off the first week, plus 278. So picking up where I left off, like JDS says, love the hard courts. But another storyline is that Novak Djokovic lost his first match in Australia since 2018. So it's been 6 years since he lost a match in Australia. He's the 6-time defending champion, so it'll be interesting. He's got a little bit of a wrist injury, but he should be ready to go for the Australian Open. But follow along in my thread, my weekly, daily posting thread. Again, we are making money there.
Awesome. Always glad to see you guys in that tennis thread with the winning picks and making money. Yeah. Now, speaking of having a chance to make some money, guys, on X, on Twitter, every Friday, our new Follower Friday giveaway. So about 1:30, we will post on X. Just simply follow along, retweet that post, or, is it still retweet there, Donnie? Even though it's
hell yeah. It's always going to be retweet. I'm telling you.
We're not reacting.
For as long as you live, Bobby, you use Twitter. We're good with it.
We're not reacting.
No, we're not.
Exactly. So make sure you guys like us on Twitter, like us on X, and repost that new Follower Friday giveaway for a shot at winning $50 in cash. What better way to start out the new year than $50 richer in your pocket? But Sammy, coming up here, what is your 7 for Week 18? Who do you like in the NFL here?
Yeah, when it comes to the NFL, you really have to find matchups where it matters for the teams. Right. In a year with the most backup quarterbacks, we're going to have even more going into Week 18. So you already have San Fran and Baltimore that locked up the number 1 seed on the AFC, NFC. You got Kansas City locked into the 3 seed. You got the Cleveland Browns locked into the 5 seed. So I don't think any of those 4 teams are going to be playing their starters. I know Christian McCaffrey's banged up. He's definitely resting. So you'll definitely see a lot of those teams. You really can't touch those matchups. I look for games that are meaningful for the playoffs. So I look at Houston versus Indianapolis. I do like Houston to take that game over Indianapolis. I look at Jacksonville over Tennessee. Jacksonville wins that game to win the division. I like Green Bay at home over Chicago to lock up a wild card spot. New Orleans over the Bears. Dallas over Washington. And in a game that decides not only the AFC East, but it could decide if Buffalo goes from a 2 seed to a 7 seed to eliminated. I like Buffalo over a banged up and beat up Miami, but it's going to be exciting, and definitely don't touch the matchups like the Jets and New England. Find the games that matter and take those degenerate games and leave them aside.
All right. Good advice there, Sammy, and good luck on those plays. Starting tomorrow, guys, on X, we are back with Streak of Fortune. 500 hours. 500 hours for Streak of Fortune. Real simple, guys. 5 winners in a row get you 500 hours. Sammy, Donnie, I know you're very engaged with Streak of Fortune. I know you're both excited to see that coming back.
Previous winners, both of us.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
2.5 months, we'll have baseball probably back in our lives for Streak of Fortune. In a way, we're gonna win so much money this year, Sammy. I don't know what to do, man. I can't wait.
But Donnie, how is Week 18 shaping up? What do you got? What's your 7?
Yeah, it's simple cut all the way through, and Sammy pretty much hit the nail on the head. Like, why would you be messing around? Like, let's just take a look at like the Eagles and the Giants game, right? The Eagles, if they're smart, aren't going to play anybody. Who knows what the Giants are going to do? You avoid situations like that. You don't want to play. Same thing with San Francisco and LA. Neither team neither cares nor needs to win that football game. Don't mess with those. So I'm strictly keeping it based on teams I think need to win, going up against teams that don't necessarily need to win. Now, the reason I said that is because it's never a perfect storm. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the Baltimore Ravens. Why? The Ravens shouldn't have a single starter on the field, and the Pittsburgh game, they're going to treat it like life or death. I'm going to bet New Orleans Saints at home because why? I think the Atlanta Falcons are actually dead on arrival at this point. So that's the reason why. And again, New Orleans needs to win this game to keep themselves in the race just in case Tampa Bay falters, which brings you to my next game. The Jacksonville Jaguars going against a dead-in-the-water team, Tennessee Titans team. I'll lay the 4.5 points. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, -5.5. Win, and they're in with a division championship and a home playoff game. Going up against who? The worst team in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers. I'm also going to take the Seattle Seahawks, laying 2.5, with a chance to get to the playoffs against a dead team in the water, the Arizona Cardinals. And then also the Dallas Cowboys. I don't care that that number is 14 points. You think Sam Howell in Washington's going to show up against the Cowboys knowing that they just need to take this game? Dallas is going to win this game, and I think they win. They probably win it by 2 touchdowns. And then I'll take the Buffalo Bills against the banged-up Miami Dolphins, favored by 2.5 points here. So I'm basically taking teams that need to win this game, and that's the primary focus.
All right. Smart strategy there, Donnie, and good luck with that. But guys, if you're not following us, you're not getting those baller coins. So make sure you follow us on Twitter, on X at BMR Reviews, and make sure you follow us on Instagram at BMR_review. And best of luck with all the action this coming week. And we will see you guys in the forum.
Let's do it.